All right, we are back to Line for Line. This is Devon. I'm here with a very special guest.
Genoveva.
Hey, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing super good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited to have you on Line for Line tonight. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having
So,
me.
one thing about Line for Line, all we do is offer authentic content, mature conversations that are child friendly, and we just like to have fun and laugh. So, just to let you know what you're be into tonight, okay?
Yes, of course. I
Oh,
accept.
yeah. So that's one thing about the authentic conversation that comes into Line for Line. I'd like to always go to like the nucleus of someone's soul, struggle, or passion when I'm talking to them. I just try to dig words out of them. I don't speak for them, I let them speak for themselves. So that's what we'll be covering tonight. So when we say authentic conversation, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is authentic about conversation that you offer?
All right. So, my name is Genoveva. I am 26 years old. Oh, wow. 26 years old, and I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. And
Okay.
it's just me and her right now.
Okay.
So, that's that's authentic.
Yeah. That actually is. Yeah. So tell
Yeah.
us a little bit more about you and your 2 year old.
Oh man, she is something else.
Yeah.
Like her personality is coming out and I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. What's the
But
journey life like with you guys right now? What are you two up to?
well right now like we're having major changes. We moved to Racine from San Diego.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
a huge change.
Shout out
We're
to the Chargers.
in
Uh,
shout out to the Padres
yeah. Okay.
baseball.
Okay. Mhm.
Anyways, no, but I'm moving here, and well, I moved here, but it's a struggle adjusting to the weather and everything else. But
I can only imagine beautiful California,
yes,
California, so I
San
understand.
Diego.
So how are things going with getting acclimated to the climate change, just scenery change? Just tell me more about that as well.
um, I miss San Diego. We get sun 365 days,
Yes, ma'am.
and here you don't get that,
No.
It's chilly outside,
Yeah.
so it's a little difficult out there, but hey, I'm pushing through.
Yes, ma'am. You look actually very beautiful tonight too. So it looks like you're doing a pretty good job with your change.
Thank you.
No problem. Much respect to you. So, how was your means of travel? Did you drive, fly, walk, maybe?
Oh no, I drove about, well, it said that it was 32 hours,
Oh my
but
gosh.
with my daughter, I had help with my sister-in-law,
Uh huh.
but I'm pretty sure it took like 48 hours
Oh,
because we stopped a lot.
okay. Okay.
Um
That's a lot of driving. That's a lot of gas. That's a lot of gas.
a lot of gas, a lot of
A
driving. It
lot of
sure is.
a lot of road time too, huh?
Mhm.
Okay. So how was it? Like I'm pretty sure you got to see like some pretty good sights.
Actually no.
Oh, what?
No, I actually didn't because I drove through the most beautiful parks,
Uh,
going through Nevada, through Utah and Colorado. I drove all night
yeah.
through there.
Oh
So I wasn't able to see it.
my. Uh-huh.
Obviously, I was able to stop and rest, but I just could not sleep. That I just needed to keep driving. I
Yes,
was
ma'am.
so I'm here.
Now, for a person like me, I have high anxiety. So I know a trip like that would be heavy on my conscience with my anxiety going through the roof
Hmm.
each hour, each minute, each second passing by. I've been a guy who dealt with mental health issues and things of that nature as well. Would you say anxiety ever triggers anything with your mental illness or anything like that? Would you say?
Yes, I think that was part of why I couldn't rest that night because my anxiety kept me up.
Uh,
I think I was just anxious of just knowing what's happening next.
mhm.
Like, okay, once I get to Racine, what's going to happen next? I am going through a divorce right now. So it's just me and my daughter. I'm going to be a single mother. Well, I am a single mother,
Uh-huh.
and all that stuff comes into play, being anxious of not knowing the unknown.
Yes, ma'am. That can be a bit of a stressor there, when you have to treat every day like you have to win, because now it's not only you, it's you and a human being as well. And I can relate to that because I have a beautiful 3 year old. She'll be 4 in December. So I know what it's like to wake up every day and say, you know what, I have to make this day better than my last. sometimes not, well, I wouldn't say sometimes, but not everyone has
Mhm.
support systems that can help them if they were to fall, struggle, or even need a little bit of help. I'm
Mhm.
one of those people like that, but I remain blessed, you know.
Mhm.
I always look at everything that I do have as opposed to focusing on what I do not have. And
Exactly.
a lot of times that definitely helps me get out of the funk that I may get in when I'm not
Mhm.
feeling too hot, you know. There's a time where I got a dislike on one of my videos, obviously with
Mhm.
my podcast and everything like that being extremely new. I'm
Mhm.
so anxious for everything to go right.
Mhm.
I'll see one dislike and I'm like, oh my gosh, I felt at the time that knocked me 10 steps back. But
Mhm.
I was thankful that I had a friend who told me, hey, it was still a view at the end of the day. That really made me laugh. And I was like, okay, I can really respect that. I can
Exactly.
really get behind that.
Yes.
And sometimes I have to take my own advice, like stop looking at what you do not have and look at what you do have. I had a bunch
Exactly.
of likes. I had people supporting me and people telling me,
Mhm.
hey, that sounds
People
really good.
sharing,
Yes, 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 yes. So I just have to look at everything that I do have and not look at what I do not
Exactly.
have, you know, and just keep really working hard and staying humble and remaining blessed because every day is a new battle, you know,
Mhm.
whether it's work, whether
Mhm.
it's school, whether it's the gym, relationships with people, your parental role with your child.
Mhm.
Every day is going to be a new struggle and just a new battle. And I'm pretty sure you've been through that,
Yes.
obviously, with your
Mhm.
move, with your divorce as well, too.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, by the way, about that too. I know how much of a stressor that can be dealing
Mhm.
with
No,
that
yeah.
too. What is your professional help life like with that?
Okay. Before I get into that, I just want to let you know, knowing that you took your own advice, that is great. You're doing great, Devon.
I
Like,
appreciate it. I
that
appreciate
is
it.
the step of healing.
Yeah.
That is growth. I
Okay.
just need to let you know that,
You
okay?
you better stop playing around on this podcast like that, hyping my head up, you know.
No,
Thank
that's why
you.
that's why you need those kind of friends, and
Yes, ma'am.
I'm one of them. So I got you.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
here,
Thank
come
you. Let me
here.
get some of that pound. Thank you.
All right. So going back to what you said, um, can you repeat the question, please? I'm
I
sorry.
definitely can repeat the question. Going through the divorce, the
Mhm.
climate change, the more recent move, how does that affect your mental life, and what's your professional help life like
Mhm.
with dealing with those type of stressors?
Um. So, I've been to therapy for almost over a year now. I've tried medication. I've tried other treatments, and therapy has really, really been a huge help. Not
Mhm.
just because not only can I talk about my problems, but my therapist, she creates plans on how I can reduce my anxiety and how I can avoid my depression. With those plans, I'm able to use those resources when I am feeling in a funk.
Mhm.
Um, I also have support systems. I have different kind of people who I go to if I need something, as in like sometimes I just need a vent. Sometimes I need someone to tell me what to do. Sometimes I need someone to just encourage me or just tell me that I'm doing okay. That reassurance is what helps me keep going.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
So, can you tell the listeners at home, in a car, on the train right now, how does one get up and take action? There's some people who push it off for a week, you know? Maybe next week I'll call them, or
Hmm.
I'll call them then, I'll call them that. Or sometimes some people may even be scared to let a
Hmm.
new person enter their life, them tell them deep things about their life, because we're all fighting our own struggle every day. And what you have in your closet may be deeper than what I have in my closet.
Hmm.
So you can never really judge someone else's journey when dealing with this. You just have to take it day by day. But
Exactly.
what could you say to help people get up and seek the professional help?
Um, so one thing I want to tell you is that you can encourage your friends to seek help, but at the same time, it always has to come within.
Hmm.
You can't force someone to get some help. It has to come through that person to get that help. And I think that once I reach that breaking point, like, oh my goodness, I'm miserable every day. I can't stop crying. I can't stop being anxious. Like, I start to notice my symptoms and I'm like, okay, this is getting bad.
Hmm.
I need help. So that's when once I started to see like more of my symptoms and affecting me physically, mentally, and that's when, that's when I knew that I needed to reach out for help,
Yes, ma'am.
um, and the way you can do that is you can always go to your doctor. You go to your doctor and you let them know that you're feeling this type of way. You take like a score sheet, and like they'll tell you like where you land on depression and anxiety, and they will recommend you to a therapist, through insurance and stuff like that. So
That was totally going to be a question I have. So, how does one pay for this? Is it insurance? Is it strictly cash? How does that work? Payment plans? How does that work?
so for me, I have TRICARE. So my insurance pays for it.
Okay.
Um, yeah. And if you don't have insurance, I always have this resource that I want to give out to your fans, to the people who are on the train, who are driving, who are riding their bikes, doing their own thing. I want you guys know that, like, if you're scared to reach out for help and you can't talk to anybody, and I just want to let you know that it's okay. I want to recommend you guys this crisis text line. So, crisis text line is sorry.
It's a okay.
No. So it's a suicide prevention line, but it's texting. So I get anxious calling people on over the phone, especially if I don't know them, but
This new
texting,
age, yep, that
yes,
works out for this new generation because
exactly.
everything is text. I fall victim to that as well too, where everything is being text. Like
Mhm.
if I feel like I really need help from a friend or really need something,
Mhm.
I feel much safer and better like texting it as opposed to calling it. Sometimes I'll just feel like maybe if they say no or they can't do this or
Mhm.
XYZ, I'll feel better if I'm reading it as opposed to it being told.
Mhm.
Because you kind of feel like, oh, maybe they feel obligated to say yes if they're on, or I don't know. I'm weird with that too. So I
Yes,
know
of
what you're
course.
saying. I know
Yes.
what you're saying.
So crisis text line, you text home and then to 741-741. Again, that's text home to 741-741. It's free 24 hours crisis counseling. So they're available to you at any time at no cost.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're feeling too anxious and you can't calm down, you're feeling in a funk, they will help you out. I use this, and I swear by
Yes,
it because it has helped me through my struggles.
and that's always good that there's always options like that out there. I definitely appreciate you for being a special guest, and I hope that our message got to someone tonight, whether it was the text number or whether it was just our genuine conversation. I hope we really touched someone tonight and they can really wake up with a positive mindset, with tomorrow being a new month, a new day, a new journey, a new day to start something, whether it's collecting rocks, Legos, pots and pans. Just keep pushing and start something new day, new times. Thank you, Genoveva.
Thank you.